Positive change becomes rapidly possible when you start fighting for yourself instead of against yourself. Mistakes, bad days, and failures are all part of life. While we aim for success and do our best, we must embrace the fact that we aren't perfect. Self-compassion is a huge factor in our ability as human beings to recover from failures and maintain a sense of self-worth during hard times. The more effectively you can recover from bad days, the more successful you can be. I want to talk about the importance of self-compassion while moving through this course, and in life in general as well. So why is self-compassion important? Making positive change in life is a much easier, more fluid, and less forceful process if you are approaching it from a place of self-love and self-compassion and self-acceptance. If you are approaching it from a place of self-loathing, you're fighting against yourself the entire time, which is unnecessarily using up energy that could be put to better use. You can't change something until you've accepted it as it is, and you won't get anywhere by pushing against yourself, having an internal battle with yourself, exhausting your own energy. Positive change becomes rapidly possible when you start fighting for yourself instead of against yourself. Truthfully, we can't change something until we've accepted it as it is. On those inevitable days where we don't accomplish what we set out to, or have just failed to follow through, we have to make sure we aren't beating ourselves up and that it doesn't become a trend. From a habit-building perspective, it's important that we don't allow the days where we don't follow through to landslide, because that starts building a habit of not showing up. And from a self-compassion perspective, it's important that we don't beat ourselves up. We think in the moment that punishing ourselves somehow is what will make us do better the next time, but it has the opposite effect. It lowers our self-esteem, makes us start to feel bad and believe that we aren't worthy of success and capable of showing up for ourselves. So this actually makes it harder to show up the next day and get back on track, because now our thoughts and feelings about ourselves are not in alignment with a reality where we can achieve our goals. Getting back on track after falling off and beating ourselves up about it would be incongruent with our feelings and thoughts if we don't think highly enough of ourselves. Good actions would disprove this poor belief about ourselves, which makes our brains and bodies go, this doesn't line up. You have to let those instances where you didn't succeed be just those instances. The moment you start attributing a single failure to your entire person, that is when it becomes a pattern, a downward spiral, a negative core belief, and becomes detrimental to your self-worth and your future goals and success. So when you have a bad day, tell yourself, I'm human. I have bad days, and that's okay. Tomorrow I will show up for myself because my future matters. I'm capable and deserving. Having self-compassion is treating yourself with kindness. A good general rule for developing self-compassion is to practice treating yourself in difficult moments the way you would treat someone you love, a friend, a family member, a pet, your child, your spouse. What words would you choose to use to comfort someone you love? How would you be encouraging to them? How would you try to make them feel better, feel heard or seen or validated? Sometimes being present with someone is all they really need, so try bringing more present, non-judgmental kindness and awareness to yourself, as you would for someone you love. I want to include some points that stuck out to me on this topic of self-compassion after listening to an audiobook on Audible. The next 2 slides contain a small sample of the wisdom from the audiobook original on the Audible app called The Power of Self-Compassion by Lori Cameron. I highly recommend adding this to your reading/listening list for the future if you are interested in learning about the benefits of self-compassion as well as how to begin practicing it. In her audiobook, Lori Cameron talks about there being 3 components of self-compassion: mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. Mindfulness is essentially bringing your present conscious observing awareness to your own experience. Common humanity is the idea that it's important to recognize that we are not alone in our experiences, and that failures, setbacks, disappointments, and pain are all a part of the human experience. And self-kindness is all about choosing to treat yourself the way you would a loved one, with a caring concern. Lori Cameron also discusses the importance of acknowledging and being present with your own emotions, and how that is a crucial first step in directing compassion towards yourself. To do this, you can try naming your emotions, noting where you experience and feel them within your physical body, and asking yourself in the moment, what is it that you need, and listening to the answer. Other helpful strategies in self-compassion are acknowledging what is happening without labeling it as good or bad. Giving yourself permission to not be perfect. We are human beings, not robots. And to view yourself through the eyes of someone who truly cares about you. For more insights on self-compassion, I recommend checking out The Power of Self-Compassion on Audible. So in summary, self-compassion is key to your success. Positive personal change becomes much easier when you fight for yourself instead of against yourself. Letting go of the internal battle of beating yourself up can free up energy that you can put to better use. Remind yourself that it's okay to have bad days and that failure and setbacks are an expected part of life. Make a promise to your future self that no matter what, you will continue to progress towards your goals and that every small effort is valuable. Your best is more than good enough. Treat yourself kindly as you would a child, a pet, or a loved one. Acknowledge your feelings, your circumstances, and the fact that other people have experienced similar things too. And ask yourself what you need and follow through. If you have bad days and don't accomplish what you want, just pull yourself back up, dust yourself off, and continue on. I like to end the course videos with some affirmations to help new, supportive beliefs begin to sink into your mind, heart, and body, and allow the internal shifts that will eventually lead to external results start to take place for you. So if you'd like, I invite you to gently place your hand on your head, on your heart, or your stomach, or wherever feels the most supportive to you right now. Connect to your inner self and your experience. Take a deep breath, and repeat after me. Bad days are a natural part of life. I'm allowed to have them. In fact, learning from bad days can be what gets me closer to my success. I deserve my own loving kindness. It's safe to let go of all of the beliefs and self-constructs that keep me stuck in patterns of beating myself up. In a world that may encourage me to discount my own needs, being my own advocate is a fiercely loyal act of self-respect. Nothing is more important than how I treat myself. How did you feel hearing or repeating these statements? Which ones felt expansive, uplifting, or soothing? Which ones maybe felt incongruent, untrue, or stirred up resistance within you? Just take note of what you felt. Allow any positive feelings to expand and turn towards any resistance with gentle curiosity. Allow your whole system the opportunity to slowly open up to the idea that just because you struggle sometimes doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're human. How much more progress could I make if I stopped fighting against myself and started fighting for myself? If I stopped using so much energy beating myself up and instead reallocated all of that energy to championing myself and refusing to give up on creating the life for myself that deep down I know I deserve.